Research Partners, President Media National Conference, particularly the convener, chairperson, and other important chairs of various committees of this international conference. IST is always known for its
in development of the research labs in jntu, and these research labs will certainly bring more and more knowledge and transfer the technologies to the industry. In one way, we will be helping to build up the manpower from the universities, which should go and work in your industry. Both ways will be get benefited. So I appeal to all the industry leaders to come forward, have a dialogue with the university, and help in establishing the best laboratories in the university. Thank you very much.
all over the country. I came to know this. Even we are in future, Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute also, we are collaborating with here and we are going to conduct an international conference. So I would like to invite all the company and the industry partners to participate to Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you for organizing this program. With inspirational thoughts and his presence, made me even so grateful. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. I would like to express our sincere gratitude for
One second.
Amrit Mahotsav. It is my great pleasure to welcome chief guest of today's event. I cordially invite respected rector of the university, Professor Govardhan Garu, ever eager to help IST in every form. And today is a very special day for him. Happy birthday, sir. Students, research scholars, I welcome one and all, including the press and media also for covering this event. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for addressing. I invoke convener of ICAPID, doctors of this conference.
Good morning. Good morning to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Katta Narasimhareddy Garu, and Mr. Rudra Banu Satpathy, CEO of APR, Association of Pharmaceutical Research, a unit of Technored Group, and who is co-hosting and associating with us for this conference, and Dr. Amit Miswas, R&D Management Expert, Global Pharma, and Dr. Mansoor Hussain sir, Registrar of the jntu, and both have more than 20 years of experience in industry, pharma industry, and Dr. Professor Shashikala Madam, Director IST jntu, and principals of the various colleges, and my senior colleagues Dr. Krishnamon sir, and Dr. Ajita ma'am, Dr. Venkateshwar Rao sir, and Dr. Dharmanayak sir, and all other principals and all participants, warm welcome and good morning. Sir, we have planned this conference in June last year, and I got a permission in August from our university authorities, and first we thought we will go with a virtual mode. Then we thought when the second wave, everything was okay, we wanted to do it physical, but again third wave has come. So now the third wave has gone. So associating this year for conducting this conference, and I have been associating with them from last few years, and I have attended personally their conference in Malaysia and Thailand with the Shilpakan University, and Dubai, which was in a virtual, and last 4 or 5 years I have been associating with them, and they have a very good reputation and association with a lot of universities, and also different scholarships to the students also. I feel very proud that our department is very small and established in 2007, but we have conducted several seminars, conferences, workshops, symposiums, refreshing courses, short-term courses through UGC, webinars. We have more than 100 so far we have conducted. And since the even duration and pollution board, different students, the gold medals, out of 5 students, 2 students got the Inspire scholarship, and they are doing the PhD also. And not only set up a gold medal from our department, we have helped the 2 poor students to pay their tuition fee, and one is, he is a National University of Columbia, and Professor Sevidak Arababi, he is from the President of Iranian Environmental Mutagen Society, Iran, and Mr. Ignacio Piles, Board of Directors, WBY, Venture, Spain, and Dr. Dan Lim, Vice President, Advent Health University, US, Dakota State University, USA, and Dr. Venkat Shastri, USA, and Dr. David Met, CEO, co-founder of Verigen Biosciences, US. And out of these 7 speakers, the Hemant Sumala and Dr. Venkat Shastri, they are seniors at my Kakati University. And they are going to talk about in all domains of pharmacy, like pharmaceutical technology, pharmacotherapeutics, pharmacology, toxicology, cognitive, phytopharmaceuticals, and pharmaceutical nanotechnology pre-review. And out of 250 abstracts, 138 delegates are presenting physically in different rooms here, and also new IST building in a different 5 tracks. And 150
and my loved students. Today, when we see the sun shining over this beautiful city of pearls, Hyderabad, an n number of bright and confident faces, anguishness and determination to present their scientific work. Meet. My dear friends, our nation is the largest democracy. Our nation is the second largest populated country. Over than this, we are third in terms of volume and 3,000 plus pharmaceutical registered companies and 10,500 plus scientific leaders, our ancestors like Charaka and Sushruta took leadership in bringing scientific revolution within time. Dirgham Jivitam Manavicham Bharadwaja. We contributed 586 lakhs in health sectors. Association for farmers, districts, regions to regions, remote locations to locations. And I feel proud to say that in Andhra Pradesh alone and Telangana alone, we have organized more than 300 plus international conferences in different dimensions. We believe deities and temples should not be classified. God is not big or small. International universities, those are jointly organizing with us. So these cumulative efforts of the universities to integrate them, to unite them, to bring them together, create a particular platform where
the unprecedented pace of change and transformation across the globe. And we see the recent pandemic situations and all these kinds of pandemic situations and crises quite regular. We see these irregularities happen once in 100 years or sometimes. And all these crisis moments inspire us, and we take the clues from the challenges that we face and we try to find the solutions. There are several such catastrophic situations that we see, and most of the world look these challenges as the opportunities to protect ourselves and find the solutions to the problems which have not been solved earlier. So that way, this international conference would definitely be a wonderful platform for the young researchers and various stakeholders, even to see that they come here, present their outcomes of the research and have the deliberations on various challenges that the pharmaceutical industry and academia or the research community that is facing, and accordingly we'll try to find the solutions to the existing problems, but we should also be prepared for the future crises and situations that come across the globe. And the recent immediate response from the world show that the kind of preparedness from our side whenever there are crisis moments that come, and that's how we explorations and the others who have come here in the physical form or the online mode or in the hybrid mode. I congratulate all the others for their wonderful contributions in terms of the research explorations, and I'm sure your discussions and deliberations will definitely open the doors of an unseen world, harmony, peace with the Mother Nature. I once again congratulate all of you on this occasion, and I thank for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Then, Registrar, jntu, Professor Ismail, Council Member from the Malaysian Academy of Pharmacy, who is joining us online. Mr. Satpathy, CEO of APR, Dr. Anand Kulkarni and Dr. Vandana Singh from the Sandoz Development Center, Professor Session, for this international conference on current advances in pharmaceutical industries and development. It is happening at the right time as the world emerges from the grip of the COVID-19 pandemic, and in the most appropriate location, here at jntu, in the pharma capital of India. In case you are not aware, and is projected to generate a value in excess of $100 billion by the year 2030, as per the recently concluded 19th edition of the BioAsia Summit, an annual event held right here in Hyderabad. I will take this opportunity to share some of my thoughts on the role of R&D for drug design, development and manufacturing. 18 to 20%. But in absolute terms, the amount of money spent on R&D does not compare to the R&D spends that global companies do, where cutting edge R&D is actually at play. This is where collaboration between academia, industry and policymakers can make a huge difference.
Dr. Amit Biswas, Global Pharma and Chemical Technologies. Professor Dr. Amit Anand Kulkarni, Dr. Vandana Singh from Novartis Division, and Dr. Shashikala Madam, the Director, IST, Sunita Reddy Madam, Dr. Krishna Mohan, Professor of Emeritus, Dr. Ajita, Principal, University College of Pharmacy, Sultanpur, to Hyderabad in a hybrid mode for the programs on advanced topics in drug design, drug delivery system, drug manufacturing, and many current areas. We regularly conduct various faculty development programs. As you know, jntu is affiliating 7,000 students are taking admission in all these 77 colleges. Education in pharmacy, we are regularly conducting and developing the syllabus so that the current topics, the current requirements in the pharmaceutical area are included in the syllabus. I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor for initiating University College of Pharmacy at jntu Sultanpur campus in this academic year. The first batch has taken the admission, and we are developing one of the best colleges in entire Telangana. Probably in next 4 years, you are going to see one of the best university college in Hyderabad. As you are all aware, Hyderabad is a hub for our level best to provide a lot of research areas or the research contribution, and many companies are coming forward to sign MOU with our jntu so that we can improve the academics in the area of pharmaceutical sciences. I take this opportunity to thank everyone for making this program. That is the international conference, a great success. And take the advantage of this program. Please, we have a speakers from reputed organizations and institutions all over the world. The current topics, what the research work is going on, all these things you are going to discuss. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for upgrading and updating yourself. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Special invitee Dr. Anand Kulkarni Garu to speak few words.
Narasimha Reddy Garu for really allowing this kind of conference to happen in jntu campus, which is a hub of pharma industry and a lot of pharmacy colleges around, to joining this conference. I also like to thank Sunita ma'am when she reached out to me and my colleague to ask about if we can be a part of this organization and this meeting. It was really an immense pleasure to really accept that, because conference that really give opportunity to discuss, understand how academia, industry and the policymakers can work to bring the science and innovation together. So I really congratulate all of you to be a part of this conference, where we'll have a brainstorming, we'll have different topics of interest will be discussed, and there will be a very good chance to come with a better knowledge for our future. Also, while we discussed on the COVID pandemic, we already discussed and tried to understand how the evolution happened. And this evolution, when the turnaround happened in say year and a half's time, when we feel safe to be under one roof and connect virtually, the story goes back. How the evolution started for pharma industry, especially in this nanomedicines, what we are talking. Very quickly show you the journey. Next one. And how it's critical for academia, industry to work together to bring the knowledge. As you see from for last decades, which bring us to have these quick medications and medicines where we would not have been stayed without bringing the early. But we look into a post that, like recent pandemic, when the products like in B liposomes, they were of a high demand, where there was a requirement to see that can be very good to treat patients. And when you look into 2030, as we move on, we are evolving. And you can also see the simulation. We always call that pharma industry is slow mover. It takes time.
Members and JS2 having present in a conference physically. In the last 2 years, all the conferences were happening in a virtual platform through MS Streams, and it was something which we are missing. Technological platforms, especially investments around data and digital. And this is one thing where the industry people have to be very, very fast and early adopters for adopting data like GastroPlus, Vinolent, and we can build a good simulation models and build confidence on the product performance instead of doing actual studies on the human patients. So there's a lot of focus happening in this area, in the in silico thing. Also, like the quality of the pharmaceutical product is dependent upon the analysis part, right? How we develop methods, how are the product quality attributes met in this case. So there are a lot of space in this space. For example, we are doing a lot of work around dry labs. So instead of actually developing methods on HPLCs, on actual conditions, doing experiments, there are a lot of experiments that we are doing in silico. And with this, we not only reduce the development times of the method developments, but in fact, we bring a lot of insights into our decision-making process also. So there are a lot of investments happening. In fact, like one of the things which we say, so when you make a product, to a certain shelf type of product, you have to subject it to different stability conditions. But there has been a change. There are a lot of good in silico predictive models like ASAP Prime, through which instead of 6 months, you can derive the stability and ascertain it confidently within 3 weeks. And what we have observed is that, the regulatory agencies like the US FDA and different regulatory agencies are also changing their viewpoints. So from the conventional approach of stability dossiers, they are accepting these changes. So this is a journey. I will not say it's 100% acceptance in all the cases, but this is something which we are trying to do and engage proactively with US FDA early on and convince them about the new approaches. So a lot of things happening around in silico here. And other thing which is around automation, which I wanted to share with the students here today. Automation is some pandemic like the 3 years or 2 year scenario when the business continuities were disrupted. They were allowed to run industries, we had to run development centers, we reduced manpower. Automation becomes even more important now. So we are investing a lot into automation, especially around manual steps. For example, if I talk about these, dissolution is a 100% manual step. Sample preparations in all methods is a 100% manual. Many unit operations in manufacturing are manual steps. So there are investments around how these manual steps can be converted into automation steps, how both can help us to speed up these processes. So in spite of having some kind of challenges which like COVID brought us in 2 years, if these things can still be run by bots or these things can be still run by automated system, we can have good business continuities. So these are also something which are in work in progress and an area which is advancing at a very, very fast pace. The other thing which I wanted to share with all of you here is that something around process analytical, so the PAC tools, because one is thing that we do testing offline, after a batch is produced, but it is important that we have to do a real-time analysis. So a lot of manufacturing sites are getting updated with a lot of incorporations around PAC tools where we get the real-time data. This not only improves the process, but it saves time. So instead of offline events around data, and that I think Amit mentioned about some of the nanotechnology platforms, Anand mentioned about some of the new platforms which the industry is working on. So basically to support all these technological platforms, the small molecules, to the big molecules, to the oligonucleotides, to the proteins, to the peptides, to the mRNAs.
From this dais. In fact, I should congratulate both APR and Sunita for taking initiatives and making this international conference a reality in Jawaharlal Technological University. The pharmacy, Department of Pharmacy, jntu, is basically a department